Motivation Tuesdays at Jordyn's. Today we're going to be talking about distractions and what that looks like for the church and how we're going to get back. This is the time of returning. It is Rosh Hashanah during this time. It's the Jewish New Year. And during the 10 days that follow after is a time of repentance for the church. And we are returning. He will be returning to a bride who has made herself ready. You know, we thought we were doing good all of this time, and we were doing good things, but we've let distractions mix in with what God has wanted and laid out for us, and that can't continue into the next season. And I know that's for a lot of people right now that we've all been noticing, like how many of us are finding ourselves more overwhelmed at the end of the day than at peace and relaxed and in Him. And that's because of distractions, whether it be cell phones, social media, the news, media, the world. Everything in the world is chaotic and busy right now. And going into what God has for us, we can't continue to be busy. We've allowed ourselves to be busy and replace busyness with we've replaced our stillness with busyness for God and thinking that we're doing good, when all the time we've quieted the voice of God in a way that we never intended to, but we did do that. And not just me, I know it's for a lot of people right now. I know that we're all kind of, if you're a believer, you can sense the time that we're in. And it's a paramount time right now. And so, Romans 15:1. We who are strong ought to bear with the failings of the weak, and not to please ourselves. Each of us should please his neighbor for his good and build him up. Our plans, even our own wants and desires that we felt are from God, which they are if He's placed them in us, can be a distraction. If we're so busy all the time, when we get to the secret place and our time with Him, our mind is still going to be busy. The outside is still going to try to come in. In this time of repentance, we need to ask God to cleanse us of all unrighteousness and to fill us with Him. A new filling, to fan the flame, make it grow, that we wouldn't burn out, that we wouldn't go weary in this time. It's a crazy time right now, and everyone knows that. We've been saying that this whole year, but we're coming out the other side of it now. And to get to the bigger and better breakthrough, we can't take the distractions with us any longer. God's not going to share space with other things calling our name. I want my focus and my attention to be on Him and His will for me. His will, not my way. We can make all the plans that we want to, and they're never going to flourish the way that He wants them because we're not rooted in Him. We may have thought we were all along, going about and doing all of the things, and we very well may have been, but now there's new revelation, and we've got to stand firm in it, cling to it. Because right now, we've got to deny ourselves of all the distraction and just say yes to Him. All He's ever wanted was our yes, and we gave it to Him the best that we can, but now that we know a more and a greater yes to Him, not something new. We've always known this. It's just doing away with distractions that have tried to call our name louder than what He is. You know, we're in the world, but we're not supposed to be of the world. We're not supposed to love the things of the world. If we love the things of the world, then the love of God is not in us. And right now, we've got to have the love of God. We've got to share with the people that we love. We've got to open our mouths. God has equipped us. He has made us for such a time as this. This is the time that we're in. And we have to find a way to be excited about it. And the only way to do that is to cling to Him. I don't want to cling to the news. I don't want to cling to what is going on in the streets. I don't want to cling on to the separation. I need unity in my life, in my family, in my community, where I'm at with my friends and all of those things. I can't allow what the enemy wants to use to divide right now. We can't do that. We must be still and know Him. We can't be a Martha anymore and busy all the time. We have to be Mary and sit at His feet. And we can't hear God's voice in the small details of every day if we're constantly concerned with the world and what the world is doing. Right now, what the world is doing is calling good evil and evil good. And we can't do that anymore. We can't take that into the next season with us to be victorious. We can't. So I'm just going to wrap it all up with reading Proverbs 16, 1 through 9. And I truly feel like, or 1 through 9 or 1 through 7, just wherever He'll show me where to stop. But He loves us so much. All the time He's been waiting. And I know many of us have felt this before and we've stepped over and somehow we lost it. But we're coming back, and right now, from today forward, we've got to make the conscious decision that we choose Him always, above our cell phone, above our social media, above all the other things calling our name. What He's called us to, we can't walk out if we can't hear Him. So we've got to silence the noise. We've got to say, no, this time right now is for me and Him. And nothing is coming in. Nothing from the outside is coming in any longer. So with that being said, Proverbs 16, starting in 1. To the man belong the plans of the heart, but from the Lord comes the reply of the tongue. All a man's ways seem innocent to him, but motives are weighed by the Lord. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. The Lord works out everything for His own ends, even the wicked for a day of disaster. The Lord detests all the proud of heart. Be sure of this, they will not go unpunished. Through love and faithfulness, sin is atoned for. Through the fear of the Lord, a man avoids evil. When a man's ways are pleasing to the Lord, He makes even his enemies live at peace with him. Better a little with righteousness than much gain with injustice. In his heart a man plans his course, but the Lord determines his steps. We can make all the plans we want to, but if we don't say yes to what God has already planned out, anything that we set out to do, our own selfish ambition, whatever it may be, nothing is going to work out. I just want to encourage you guys to take this time and to get rid of the distractions for just a minute. Just get rid of them and see the shift and the change in your home, in your family, in your friends, in your relationships. I pray that this has blessed somebody somewhere, and I would appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and follow me over on Instagram at jordyntlee. Be blessed, you guys, and I will see you in the next one.